What's up, y'all? Shoe Booty Sports coming at you Tuesday evening. It's 5:31 p.m. here, and the sun's very much out, so I'm hesitant to say evening. It's a lovely day. I'm not getting to enjoy any of it. How is the weather where you're at, Bradley? By the way, everyone, this is Bradley, for those of you who don't know, on the other screen.
It's like 75, 77 degrees and sunny out there. It's stay out there too long, you start sweating. So it's pretty good day. I haven't really been able to enjoy a lot of it, but I enjoyed some of it this morning. So
I enjoyed it from the dock at work. That was as much as I enjoyed it, but even it was covered, which I'm fine with. I don't necessarily need to be out in the sun with my shaved head, which you and I are matching there. We do have some fresh haircuts. I got mine a couple days ago with a blade. I haven't done that in a while, just because I don't do it with a blade myself. Do you use an actual blade on your head?
now I've got one of the skull shavers, the electric shavers. It's pretty badass.
Yeah,
So
you need to
I,
send me a link to that because I've been looking for one. So send me a link to that when we're not on here. Yeah,
it's the pit bull one, whatever the pit bull. I guess he does more than sings or raps or whatever he does. So
he's got a nice bald head, so I mean it works for him if that's what he uses. But yeah, I don't. I've tried twice to cut mine myself or shave mine myself, and both times I cut the back of my head.
yeah.
So I just don't anymore. But Michelle did it. She did mine Sunday, and she did a good job. It looks better than with just clippers. But yeah, I need one of those that you have. So I'll look into that at a certain point. I don't know that it probably won't be today. It's finals week for me, so I'm busy with that. But anyway, we will talk some sports and then some before we get going. Quick shit. Wow. Almost cursed there. Quick shout out to our sponsor. Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your reward will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series. You can find us, Shoe Booty Sports, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X at Shoe Booty Sports. Okay, before we talk NBA, is there anything you'd like to get off your chest in the sports world or off the top of your head?
Um, Arkansas baseball is doing their best to start hosting a regional. So I think they've if they win this weekend at the series at Kentucky, they have a shot. But they won the first two games against Oklahoma on Friday and Saturday, and then they did the most predictable thing ever and let the other team score 15 or 16 runs in the third game and lost the third game. But they still won the series against Oklahoma. Yeah, hopefully they can take care of business this weekend in Kentucky, and we have a shot at hosting a regional. So one thing that we thought was dang near impossible about 6 weeks ago. So
I saw they cracked the top 25 in the D1 rankings, which rankings in college baseball don't really mean anything.
no,
It's just can you get into the regional round, and then can you get to super regionals, and then can you get to the College World Series and see what happens? That's all that really matters. The rankings in college baseball don't. It's nice to see that you're in the top 25 or considered that. And based on how their year has gone compared to what we're used to, it's been a very much down year. And but I don't know, they've won more SEC games than they've lost. If you can somehow host a regional, great. They're far from the best team in the country, but I don't know. When you get in postseason play, if you're playing peaking at the right time, we'll see what
yeah.
happens. I'm not going to
Well,
be optimistic. I'm going to be realistic about them.
our our bats are actually going this year, but our pitching is just not. It's not where we need it to be, especially to make a deep run to Omaha. But who knows? Maybe they'll figure something out. But usually we have the opposite problem. Our pitching's awesome, but our bats are dead.
Yeah,
So we'll see. But
just can't.
hopefully the women's softball can make some noise and make it to, I guess, OKC. Is that where the Women's College World Series is held at? I think it is. I'm not sure when their regional starts. I don't know if it's this weekend or next weekend, but their regional set, they're hosting. Um, I think they just have the number 7 team. It's I don't know, Washington. Right, yeah, that's probably not even right, but they're ranked number 7. They're in the regional. But if they make it past this, they'll host the super regional and hopefully make it for the first time to OKC.
Yeah, because they've not gone to the College World Series. They've come close before, but
They should have
they
went
haven't.
last year, but got upset. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up now to see when they play. I don't see them on. Of course, it's the region. Okay, they play Friday at 4:30 against Fordham, Ford, and
Fordham.
then HAM. Is it Fordham?
Yeah, Fordham.
Okay. Fordham has a 27 and 26 overall record. Arkansas, the number 5 team in the country, at 42 and 11 this year. It's been a good year for Courtney Deifel and the Hogs. Of course, I've called her the GOAT on this show as far as Razorback softball coaches go by a million. She made that program relevant. I'm not going to say again because they never were relevant, but she's made that program relevant, which is really cool. So yeah, it's on ESPN Plus, so I don't see how I'm going to get to watch that, but maybe YouTube. Maybe you can find it on YouTube. I don't know. Not promoting plagiarism. Is plagiarism a word?
Pirating. Pirating.
Pirating. There you go. It's not plagiarism. That's like I said. It's finals week. I'm not that I'm into plagiarism. I just got, I guess, textbook terms on my brain. Um, but I haven't been thinking about plagiarism at all. I promise. Not sarcasm. It sounds sarcastic, but it is not sarcasm. Anyway, pirating, like you said, not promoting that, but do what you need to do to watch the game. Do whatever that may be. That's not pirating.
What are
Okay.
they going to do? Arrest you? No, they'll just shut down the stream. So,
Yeah. And just kick you off and then you go find another one. But I don't know anything about that at all. All right. So Arkansas and Fordham, it is the Fayetteville Regional. Yeah, I don't know who else is in the regional. There's no way to really look at that. Just looking at the rankings, they don't really. I say they don't mean anything in college baseball. They don't, but you at least get a good idea of how good the teams are. Softball, you get I think, a better idea of how good the teams are, and at least from like the top 10, the top 5 or 10. And I guess you could say the same thing in college baseball. But this is a little surprising to me. Nebraska's number 1 in the women's college softball rankings. Nebraska, 46 and 6 overall record. Alabama, number 2.
yeah.
Uh,
SEC has 7 out of the top 10 teams. So,
yeah, Texas 3, no surprise there. Oklahoma 4, no surprise there. And then you got Arkansas at 5. They're the only ones that didn't move a spot. Oklahoma got ousted in the SEC tournament. I know that. I'm sure that has a lot to do with why they fell. I don't know anything about Nebraska. I know they tend to have good uh, women's like athletic programs. I know volleyball wise, it's huge. Of course, they sold out the stadium there at the Cornhusker football stadium a couple of years ago, whenever that was. Uh, I don't know anything about the softball team other than they're number 1. They have a really good record, but if they were playing really any of those other 3, Alabama, Texas, or Oklahoma, my money would be on the SEC for that.
not Nebraska.
No, I would certainly pick Oklahoma or Texas over them. I don't know enough about Alabama to say that. I mean, there's like a 2 or 3 game, 1 to 3 game difference between. Well, no, Texas is well, Alabama's 49-7, Texas 42-10, Oklahoma 48-8. So Oklahoma Texas is always kind of right there, kind of the same tier level. Oklahoma's always been a step above, but Texas got over the hump. Whatever year that was that they won it all, was it last year that they won the whole thing? I don't know. Don't get us lying to you. Anyway, point of that being SEC good at softball, Arkansas softball relevant, cool to see. Hopefully, the Arkansas baseball team can make some noise. Ask some Razorback fans.
Yeah.
That are us. All right, so let's talk a little NBA. We haven't done much of that this year because, frankly, NBA basketball in the regular season is boring to me. Unless Victor Wembanyama is playing, I'm really not that interested. Um, that's really the only time I'm intrigued to tune in during the regular season is when Wemby is playing, just to see just to see him play and all that he can do with that. Uh, Wemby and the Spurs and company are playing tonight, 7 p.m. NBC or Peacock. Uh, they're at home in San Antonio taking on Minnesota. Series tied at 2 games apiece, and a lot of that has to do with Wemby getting a flagrant two in the first half of game three.
Hell of an elbow.
Like the elbow. If you're going to get a flagrant
But,
two, get a flagrant two. And
and
that's
then
what
he asked, what does that mean? Like, it means you're going to the locker room, man. Like, even somebody who knows absolutely nothing about basketball would be like, hey, shouldn't that person get thrown out of the game for that?
yeah, according to the rule, yeah, he should be. It qualifies a flagrant two, and you get ejected for that. I'm still not crazy about
People in the
that.
people in the UFC don't even land elbows that clean.
Speaking of UFC, jumping ship for a moment, jumping sport for a moment. Did you catch any of the fights Saturday?
I did, and the main card was quite the snooze fest. So
Even the main event?
the main event, yes, the yeah, that was. It's like their controller got busted and only one button worked for both of them. You had the guy who won just sitting there throwing the same left jab after left jab, maybe only threw like 10 total shots with his right hand. None of them were following up the left jab. Yeah, the left jab was connecting all night. And then you had one guy known for wrestling uh, who kind of sucked at wrestling that match. So, um, yeah, it was a very boring fight. If I would have paid for that, I'd been severely disappointed. But luckily, the co-main event, the lightweight fight on right before that one was a hell of a fight. That one was one to see.
Okay. I didn't see any of them. I had planned to watch. I at least wanted to watch the main event. I wanted to see Strickland. I can't say the other guy's name, the now former champion, Shaimov or something. I'm sure I butchered.
Dude, I seriously thought. I mean, in order to have a new champion, you got to like, you know, no doubt about it, beat the champion. In my eyes, he did not. Like, I think, and I had it scored three rounds to 2 rounds for the old champion. I didn't think what's his name did enough to take the belt away. But the split decision gave him the nod, and he's now the new uh, champ. So
Yeah. Sean Strickland, very very colorful fighter, known for his mouth, I guess you could say. I mean, he's a good fighter. I mean, he's now a two-time UFC champion, so nothing against him there. But he is he he knows how to sell a fight. I'll put it that way.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, he's not like Conor McGregor, and he is as far as selling fights with his mouth. That's about the only similarity. But it's which I guess is all you need in the fight game. if you're trying to sell a fight, you want somebody that can talk and talk trash and do it well, and he does all that. So, and he got the win. I didn't see any of the fights. I was um, I had a half marathon Saturday morning, and it had been a long week. Last week was a long week, and I got up early, whatever, five something in the morning, Saturday morning. I go run the half marathon. Uh, I go shower. I relax the rest of the day. So I did a couple of things here and there Saturday, but nothing too, physically active apart from the half marathon. But by about 9 o'clock Saturday night, I was done. I was like, I want to go to bed. And we were powering through uh, this show on Netflix called Love on the Spectrum. And if you know, you know. And so we got through that, and at 9:30, I was like, I'm done. I'm going to bed. I don't care enough about this fight to want to stay up and watch it. So I went to sleep, and I just checked out who won and some of the highlights that morning when I got up. But so I can't say Strickland won or lost the fight. But if you leave it up to the judges, then you don't know what's going to happen. So who knows? There is another fight coming up this
this week.
weekend.
Yeah.
Other fights that I genuinely do look forward to, and I'm gonna check it out. We've talked about it on this show. Of course, the main event of that one, Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, and there are other fights. Francis Ngannou is fighting. Nate Diaz is fighting on the same card. It's put on by Most Valuable Promotions on Netflix, which is Jake Paul's fight promotion company. I'm looking forward to it. It's a kind of a fantasy match, or it's not kind of, it's a fantasy matchup that's being brought to the screen on Netflix. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Who are you going to? I assume you're going to be checking it out. You seemed interested when I brought it up.
Yeah, I'll be checking it out. So didn't know that Nate Diaz was fighting on the card, but I
Yes.
can just assume that he's gonna be bleeding all over the mat before the first round's over. Since I mean he's been cut up so much over his career, like all it takes is like two punches and he's cut open. So, um, but yeah, I just have my doubts about Rousey getting back in there. She's had a long layoff from the Octagon. Do they even fight an Octagon on the Netflix? So if I had money to put, it'd probably be on the other chick. But yeah, we'll see. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, hang on. The other chick is really the first female star fighter
Yeah.
from MMA, Gina Carano. I don't know, 2007 to 2009 or 10 is when she was at the height of her fighting career, as far as, well, the height of her fighting career. And women's MMA was not a thing then, really. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It wasn't anything it is now. And Ronda Rousey's the pioneer as far as turning it into what it's become. She was the leader of that whole movement thing. Of course, she obviously wasn't the only one, but she was the face of it, and deservedly so, based on what she had done to that point. Yeah, Gina Carano was. I low key had quite the crush on her. I mean, how could you not? She's
He's
beautiful.
pretty good looking, yeah.
Yeah, but and she was a good fighter. And then she ran to Chris Cyborg, and according to Ronda Rousey, Cyborg was roided up and what have you for that. I don't know. I wasn't there. But yeah, Cyborg kind of beat the brakes off of her. And then Gina Carano
Takes the
just,
brakes off of her.
yeah. And then, yeah, Gina Carano said, all right, I've had enough of this and I'm going to go do other things. And then went on to movies. I know she was in one movie. She was the main star in some action movie. I think, or Channing Tatum was in it too. I can't remember the name of it. It came out like 2011 or something like that. But I thought she would be a bigger kind of Hollywood name than she ended up kind of becoming. I know she
Yeah.
was in The Mandalorian, and of course, she mentioned something that wasn't, I guess,
DC.
PC or sided with hyper liberalism or whatever you want to say. And Disney didn't like it, so they fired her for having a different political opinion than what was accepted by Disney, which is bullshit. But it was I don't know, it's Disney. It's what they're doing right now, or we're doing then, probably now still, but not to that degree, perhaps. I don't know. But anyway, I thought she'd be a bigger name in Hollywood than she ended up becoming. Just because her background. I thought she would be like kind of what Schwarzenegger did, like for women to an extent, like not be as big, perhaps. Obviously, I mean Schwarzenegger was huge, but go from the best bodybuilder ever to a pretty famous actor. Not a not Daniel Day Lewis, but a movie star, right?
Yeah.
I thought she would do the same thing. I thought she'd go be this kick-ass like female action star. Um, but it never really took off. And then of course she gets fired at Disney, but now and really she's kind of been kind of quiet since. But yeah, now she has this fight with Ronda Rousey, and I'm sure they're both getting paid handsomely for it. But you said Rousey's been out of the ring well, the octagon for a while. Um, Gina Carano's been out a lot longer than Ronda Rousey. But just looking at the two, Gina Carano is the bigger. I mean, she's a big girl, but not like I mean, she's very fit, but she's a tall, muscly chick,
Yeah.
and so, but yeah, Rousey's a lot more relevant experience, at least as far as recency goes. Uh, there's going to be some definite octagon rust, I would imagine, getting in there for Gina Carano. It's not going to be the fight that it's not going to live up to the hype, certainly, but I hope it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Um, so if you're betting on the fight, or you're putting your money on Gina Carano?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think Rousey's WWE experience is going to pay off that she's had. So
No, but what's Gina Carano done during that time?
stayed in shape the whole time.
Not really. I mean, not in fight shape. I mean, in like good shape, I'm sure, but not fight shape. I mean, she's in that now. Uh, I will be rooting for Gina Carano just because I like her. I like Rousey more based on the interviews I've seen and the respect she's shown Gina Carano that she didn't show her opponents at the end of her UFC career. That really turned me off. The whole Holly Holm thing, the way she acted leading up to that fight, and just being stupid. Like, I'm going to stand and strike with a world champion striker. I think she's even in like like the kickboxing Hall of Fame or something. Holly Holm is. And you're going to stand and strike with her when your specialty is
Submission.
jujitsu,
Yeah.
or is it jujitsu or is it judo? It's judo, right?
Probably judo.
Yeah, I actually think it's judo, not jujitsu. But her thing is the armbar. I get you in the armbar, I make you tap, and I win. Like that was how Rousey won fights, and that's fine because you can do that. And then
Yeah.
she completely abandoned that. And then Holly Holm did what you would expect. She,
Rocked her.
yeah, kicked the shit out of her literally, except in the head. Uh, so, and considering how Rousey behaved leading up to that fight, it was one of the most satisfying things I've ever seen. It was right up there with the okay, it wasn't as satisfying as this, but I kind of compare it to the twisted tea can to the side of the guy's head. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's the most satisfying swing and connect with something I've ever seen in my life. If you don't know what I'm talking about, one, you've been under a rock. But what was it, 5, 6 years ago, where it was even that long?
It's probably 6 years ago. It's been around for a while.
Yeah. I know the guy that did it is dead now. Like the guy who actually swung the twisted T, he died a year or so ago. Uh, but he died a legend because that video will live forever. It's some for those that don't know what I'm talking about. It's this drunk, obnoxious guy in a gas station, and he's a white guy, and he's talking like an idiot to this guy in line who is black. Yeah, I guess he's black, and he's saying the N word at him a couple times, trying to do it in the cool, whatever way you do it. What's the word I'm trying to think of?
There's not a cool way to do it.
No, there isn't. But he was as an okay, like a as an endearment, right? Like a doing it
Oh yeah,
a
sure.
phrase of endearment. That's what he's going
Yeah.
for. But he looks like a complete jackass and sounds like one the whole time. And he's getting aggressive with him, and then the guy just takes the tee. He drops it. Goes to pick it up. The guy kicks at it, misses, and as he misses, he just comes up and just smacks the absolute piss out of this guy in the face with that can of tea. You're smiling as I say it because it just brings joy to my soul to
Yeah.
think about it and watch it because it's a guy that absolutely deserves every bit of what he's getting it. And then he just proceeds to pummel him some more. And yeah, it's one of the best videos ever. I may go back and watch it at some point just because it makes me happy. But yeah, RIP to that guy, man. Absolute legend move. But anyway, Rousey getting that, Rousey getting kicked by Holly Holm was the same kind of connection, pretty much. Just rocked her, and it was game over after that. But Rousey has improved her image some with me uh, during this whole press tour with Gina Carano. There's a mutual respect there. So there's that. That has a lot to do with it. And I don't know. It's a I don't know. They're selling the fight in a way that I like. You know, it's not. I don't know the way Rousey was doing it before. I mean, it would make you want to tune in. I guess to see her get beat, but it almost didn't. I don't know. Maybe it was authentic, but it seemed like too much. But this is a respectful, like, hey, we both want to win, but we respect each other. But my money, I'm going to be rooting for Gina Carano just because I like her. But my money, if I'm betting on it, would be on Ronda Rousey. I think at a certain point you're going to catch an armbar, and it's probably going to be game over after that. They both look hella fit though. They're both in shape for it, and yeah, I look forward to checking it out. Okay. Anyway, anything to add before we move on?
No, I mean that's just going to be for what some made up title. Like it's is Netflix starting their own title or something?
I don't know of any title being put out there. I think it's just hey, we're getting paid. We're getting paid to go fight. Let's do it. That's good enough for me. If I'm a fighter, like just make sure I get paid. Um, yeah, just give me the money. I mean, the belt's just a belt at the end of the day, or whatever it is. It represents the payday that you're getting. It's there's a much different comparison I'm about to make. But it's like when I worked at another hospital and they gave me like a little. It's like a stand up. I don't even know what you call it, like a plaque or something for having 3 years of service, and they gave it to me, and they like really presented it to me like it was a big deal. And I got it and I was like, oh cool, thanks. I mean, do I get more money though? Like that's what I really want. And that's exactly how it was. I was like, I'd rather just have more money. Can I exchange this for more money? But yeah, they're going to get paid, so good for them. They're winners there. But yeah, I'll be rooting for Gina Carano. My money's on Rousey though. All right. And as I'm saying this, I'm replaying like the Twisted Tea thing going on in my head too, and it's just it never gets old. It's a fascinating video. I'll probably watch it when I get off of here just for fun, just to remind myself how great it was.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk some basketball before we get out of here. So tonight, Spurs Timberwolves series tied at 2 games apiece. Wemby will be back. I think the Spurs win big here.
Yeah.
T Wolves barely got past the Spurs right without Wemby last game. So I think Wemby comes back with a vengeance and puts it on them. I think I said Spurs in 6 in this, and I'm going to stick to that. Spurs in 6 here. I think Spurs win the next 2 games. Do you agree?
I said Spurs in 5, but Wemby had to go get ejected, so that's definitely won't come true. But yeah, Spurs in 6. I'd have to agree with you on that.
Well, one thing that I whiffed on was saying the Knicks and Sixers in
We,
7.
we both we both whiffed on that one,
Yeah,
big time.
Knicks dominated that series, swept the Sixers, beat them by 30 in the deciding game. So the Knicks are waiting on the Pistons Cavaliers winner. That series is tied at 2 games apiece. Pistons Cavs play tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Yeah, I still say I don't know. I still got the Pistons in 6 or 7 games. It may go 7 games. I mean, the Cavs are a tough team. They're a scrappy group.
Especially when Harden decides he wants to contribute. So
I mean, hit the game winning bucket right in the last game or whenever it was, a couple of games ago maybe. Yeah, it was their first one that they won in that series. I think I'm right on that anyway. Uh, the other the other matchup, or on the other side of the West, Thunder had just as difficult of a. I don't know. The Lakers put up a little bit more of a fight than the Sixers did, so I'll give the Lakers credit there.
they about had it last night, but
Yeah, but it didn't happen. Lakers got sent home, and yeah, the Thunder moving on got the clean sweep of of the Lakers. Is this? You think this is it for LeBron? Was that his last game?
dude, I hope not. Especially being on Prime and it ended at damn near 1 a.m. in the morning. Uh, I really hope that's not the last time we see him because, I mean, that'd really make me feel old that LeBron's not in the league anymore since he's our age. But I hope it's not. But I could totally understand if it was his last game. But man, he's proved that he could still play to a high capability, high level. Um, if he does come back, man, I don't know. I really don't think it's with the Lakers.
That's my that I almost made it a two-part question. If he does come back, does he do it with the Lakers? I don't know that he does either. It's I don't
No, they've already got their centerpiece with Luca. LeBron just needs to go. He needs to go somewhere and chase a ring. He needs to go out on top.
does it
I think
matter
he
at this
does.
point? If he gets 6 by ring chasing, they're still not going to look at him the same as they do Jordan, and nor should they.
They're never going to look at him the same way they do Jordan, unless you're just a stand for him.
Yeah, uh,
I
I
mean, I
don't know.
always know who my number one's going to be. So
Say that again.
said I always know who my number one's going to be.
Jordan will always be the guy for me. I don't think you could look, and this isn't old head saying Jordan's. LeBron fans like to say that uh, like the people that have Jordan over here were just old heads, just remembering the good old days or whatever. It's like, well, those were great days, yes, but
6 for 6.
yeah, 6-0, and and always came up bigger in the biggest moments and biggest games and the biggest moments.
Could have been more if he wouldn't have took some time off to pursue baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been 8. You know, could have very much been 8. But nonetheless, six finals MVPs. LeBron has a losing record in the finals. Now, I could say that those teams, really only those Miami teams, should have been favored that won it and even
Yeah.
lost it. They should have beaten Dallas that year. And LeBron came that knocked LeBron out of the GOAT debate for me. Was
Yeah.
he came up smaller than JJ Barea, the guy that was guarding him in the 2011 finals in that one. MJ would have never. Uh, I'm kind of sick of the GOAT debate, but I'll just reiterate on this when it's close. LeBron and MJ are the two best basketball players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
LeBron does some things better than Jordan did, but Jordan's the better scorer, even though LeBron is the all-time scoring champ. And I mean, when you play in the league for 20 something years, of course you're going to be. But when it's close, who do I want to have the ball with 90 seconds to play? And if your answer isn't Jordan, you're lying.
Yeah.
And I'll end it at that. Okay. Um, if LeBron is not in a Laker uniform and he does come back, where does he go? We'll end it on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see him. He probably won't ring chase, but I could see him joining up with some of his buddies. Uh, there was some talks about him going to Golden State. I'm not sure if that happens just to play it out with Steph. Uh, I remember there being some talks, but maybe that was just rumors. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see in the offseason.
I would hate that. I would hate that if
Oh,
he
I
went.
would hate it. I would absolutely hate it, but because yeah, Warriors ain't doing shit for the next 2 years anyway. So
It's over.
yeah,
It's over for the Warriors. It was a great run, but like Chuck said, all great things come to an end. If it's not LA, it's got to be Cleveland, right?
yeah, run it back, retire Cav.
Why not? All right, well, we're out of time, so we'll see y'all next time. But that was a fun show. We'll see you at the next one. Till then, I'm Graham Powell.
Brother Brown.
Deuces, y'all.
Peace.